Welcome to the Hyperspace Vaults. Dave and Alex here, back with another video today, YouTubers, Star Wars fans, and collectors. And today we are doing a unboxing and review on something we have waited for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, we finally picked up the Dewback, Black Series Dewback with the Sandtrooper figure. This came out back in April of this year, April 2018, so it has been out a while, and there's plenty of reviews on this on YouTube already. But we thought we'd do our own review because it looks super cool, and we've been waiting for this for a long time, so we finally found one, and it looks great. Okay, let's take a look at the box. You got an awesome grayscale image of the Dewback and the Sandtrooper here. Got some photographs in the front and the packed in Sandtrooper here on the front. Then on the side over here you got like these technical displays of the Dewback, which look really cool. It actually has a real Star Wars kind of like font. Well, I mean, not font, like language. Okay, like, on the back of the box we got some more photography of the Dewback and the Sandtrooper mounted, and it's number 4 of the Black Series. I guess you call this vehicle sets. Number 1 was the TIE Fighter Special Forces. It was that big, huge one. And then number 2 was Luke's X-34 Landspeeder, which we actually did a unboxing and review on. Number 3 is Rey's Landspeeder, which we actually did a review on that too. And then number 4 is the Sandtrooper with the Dewback, which we have right here. And then number 5 is Infant's Nest's Swoop Bike from Solo, a Star Wars Story. Alright, Alex, you want to read the description on the back of the box? It has a small description about Sandtroopers on the back. And it also has a description about the Dewback. So we're going to start with the Sandtrooper. Sandtrooper. Stormtroopers dispatched to desert worlds wear specialized gear and are nicknamed Sandtroopers. Sandtroopers wear standard Stormtrooper armor augmented with cooling units, a helmet, sand filter, and a survival backpack with the extra rations with water. While hunting for the Death Star plans on Tatooine, Sandtroopers used native Dewbacks as mounts. Now we're going to do the Dewback. Dewback. Rugged reptiles with thick hides, Dewbacks are plodding but reliable mounts. When prodded by their riders, they are capable of brief bursts of surprising speed. Alright, really cool. Alright, let's get this box cracked open and see what it looks like on the inside. It's quite a big box. It basically takes up all of the hyperspace vault space. Limited on space with a box this size. Normally we just have action figures up here, so. Yeah. And then if you guys are wondering about the speeder bike with the Scout Trooper, that wasn't part of the Phase 3. That was Phase 2 with the blue and black boxes. That wasn't part of the Phase 3 vehicles. That was Phase 2 vehicles. Alright, here's how it's packed in the box. It looks like the Dewback is in one piece. You just attach the saddle to the top. And then the Sandtrooper is over here packed in with a prodding stick, blaster rifle, and the big Sandtrooper backpack. Alright. Okay, we've got everything free of the box and packaging.
And we've got 4 accessories plus the figure and the Dewback. So you got a saddle here, which looks really good. It attaches to the back or the top of the Dewback. Molding on this looks excellent. You got some pouches there on the side, and then you got like this wrapped up like blanket here that is on the back. There's a seat there for the figure, and then there's like right here this anchor thing here for the reins on the Dewback. So the molding on this looks really good. It looks leathery looking, so they did a really good job on that.
It's really cool.
That attaches to the top of this Dewback. You got a hole here, and it just pops right in there. Okay, I got the saddle snapped in there. It took a little more effort than I can do on camera at the angle I'm sitting, so I had to take it off and use both my hands to get it snapped in there securely. So that's what the saddle looks like, attached to the top, which it looks really good. Real seamless fit, and those bags hang off the side, give it a extra dimension there that looks really good. So that looks really great. Next we're going to get into the Sandtrooper, and Alex is going to put the pack on the Sandtrooper.
So basically what you do is in the package, as you saw earlier, it came with the shoulder plate on, so you don't really have to worry about that. But also in the package, the little backpack thing, it came in the package like this. And if you're a little confused, like, wait, are you supposed to put it on there like that? But that would be backwards because the pouches have to show. Well, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like turn it around in a way to where you can put it onto there. Like, you're supposed to turn it around like this. Like, it originally came in the box like that for ours, but it's supposed to be turned around like that, so then when you put it on to the Sandtrooper, it's supposed to go over his shoulder like that. And then there's a little peg in the back that goes into that hole right there, and then you just snap it in. Takes a little effort, but once you got it in, you got it in. Now that's how it's supposed to look like in the end, like an actual Sandtrooper. And he comes with this DLT-19, and then he comes with a long stick, which is really thin and long. I call it the French fry stick, because what if you had a French fry this long? So that's basically how you assemble the Sandtrooper, and we're going to put the gun in his hand.
Yeah, the gun is just black. It doesn't have any paint app on it, so I was kind of disappointed with that. I would have liked to have seen some paint app to kind of show off the details of the gun a little bit, since this is a bigger set than just a regular, action figure.
So, hold on, the backpack is a little loose. So to put it in his hand, it's just like any Black Series figure, just snap it into there. The trigger finger actually fits into the trigger very well, like very, very well. But there is one problem with this figure though. As you can see, when you try to make it to where he's holding it like you put the normal Stormtrooper, it's kind of hard to get the gun back over here, and it like bends the gun, and it's so hard to do it unless you have it like over his shoulder like that. And plus his arm is like kind of like hindered by that little strap going under his arm for his shoulder plate. So you can basically only hold it with one. He can basically only hold it with one hand.
Yeah, he's kind of hindered with all the pauldron and the backpack and all the armor and everything. But this is a nice looking figure. He does have some paint app on there for this dirt, sand, and stuff, which looks really good. They did a fairly good job. These vary. I've looked at a lot of these, and the paint app varies from set to set. Now there was one that I was going to pick up at a Walmart that was on clearance for like really cheap, but the hand was broken off, And then the figure itself on all this paint wash, it almost had like a pink look to it. So I skipped on that one because I just didn't like the way the figure looked. I mean, the hand was no problem. I could have probably just snapped it back on. But this figure on this set looks a lot better because it actually has the tan and browns painted on it. And I don't know what happened to that, why that figure, the one I saw at Walmart on clearance, had like a pink look to it.
No wonder what the Dewback looked like.
First impressions of this Dewback, it looks great. The lizard skin or the scales are molded in here, look absolutely amazing. It looks really realistic. As you can see, it looks pretty good on the screen too. So, and there's a different color, like it's got a darker color, and then as you go down underneath and down to the bottom, it's a brighter green. So it's like where it's been out in the sun, the skin is kind of like got a tan, is tanned a little bit. Now the Dewback itself has a lot of articulation, but I think the proportions are off a little bit. I think the tail's a little short, in my opinion, and it is kind of low looking, like it's low to the ground, which you can extend these legs out a little bit more, I think. We might try to do that in a few minutes, but it does look kind of low to the ground. So let's get into articulation. The tail moves back and forth and some slight up and down. As far as the legs, you got a ball joint up here. Goes left, right, and up and down, so you can extend that out. Then each toe is separately the front ones are all together, and then the back toe has articulation too. So it's really nice. Now the head looks absolutely great. Let's get a close-up of it, and you see the eye in there, which looks really good. And you got these harnesses that are attached to the side, which look really good. There you got like a silver paint nap there that makes that look metal. And then and also on his head does move up and down and left to right a little bit. And then you can open the mouth, which shows teeth, tongue, and all that looks really good. It has this kind of glossy wet look to the tongue.
Yeah.
You can see this all painted in here, which looks really good.
I love when Hasbro does that stuff. You can kind of see into its throat if you look at it in a way. Like, there's just enough light to see its throat, like the bottom of its throat, which we just showed.
Okay, we've got the Sandtrooper mounted on top of the Dewback, and he fits nicely on the Dewback. He doesn't exactly sit perfectly down onto the Dewback, but you have to put the accessories in his hand, and he does hold the harness well. We probably can do some more finagling and get him seated a little better, but it does look decent seated on there. As you can see, let's get a little closer look. So it does look pretty decent. It's not like he's standing up, has a standing up look, so he does fit on there fairly well. So it looks pretty good. He sits on there fairly well. So this is overall, I think this is an excellent piece, excellent for display, I think. There's plenty of articulation in the Dewback that you can do different poses. We did raise him up off the ground a little bit. He was hunched down when he came in the packaging, so you can do different strides with his feet and the way his legs articulate. You have a joint here on each leg that rotates back and forth, so you can do like a walking pose. So overall, this looks really good, and with the Sandtrooper on top, it looks really great, I think. Alex, what do you think?
So I think it is awesome. Like, the fact of how much articulation the Dewback has, and especially the mouth and the toes, and then the Sandtrooper just looks awesome, and all the accessories that it comes with, especially the backpack. The backpack was a little big, but I think it's
it's supposed to be big for the Sandtrooper. That's how it was in A New Hope. So yeah, I really, really like this piece, this vehicle alien piece.
Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, let's get on our ratings. I'm going to give this 5 stars for excellent details, molding in the Dewback, the articulation in the Dewback, and the Sandtrooper has some paint app. I kind of wish it had a little more though, a little more sand and tans and a little more dirt on him, especially down here on the feet and lower legs. But overall, it's excellent. Alex, what do you rate this figure?
So I think on a scale to 1 to 10, I would give this figure a 10 because this figure why did I say figure? I don't know, but this piece is awesome. So yeah, all the detail, like all the scales on the Dewback and all the articulation and like the harness, and then the Sandtrooper is just phenomenal. All of its stuff, and like again the Dewback, all of its scales, its eye, it's just phenomenal. I really, really love this piece.
Alright, that wraps up this review. Please like this video and leave us a comment down below. If you have the Dewback set, let us know what you think about it. It's been out a while, and I know a lot of people have already picked this up and done reviews on it, so we wanted to give our take on it and our feelings on how good this piece was. So leave us a comment, and if you have not already, please subscribe to our channel for more news and reviews.
May the Force be with you always.